Okay, well, everything's blue. There we go. Next problem, take a look at it. After I read it, then you pause, and then I'll reveal the answer. You can unpause after you've worked on it and have figured it out yourself. 12 pounds of food are distributed equally into 5 bags to give out at the food bank. How many pounds of food are in each bag? Okay, so whenever you hear distributed in a situation like this where you're spreading out food into bags, that automatically makes me think division. So let's get dividing. You'll do 12 pounds of food in the box, and you're going to do 12 divided by 5. So we'll see how many 5s can go in here. I know no 5s can go into 1. I know that 2 5s can go into 12. So we'll do this. 5 times 2 is 10. And subtract it. You'll get 2. And now the remainder. It says how many pounds of food are in each bag. 2 is actually not the answer. If you're distributing it all equally and you want to use all of the food, you're going to need this number, the divisor, and you'll need the remainder. And we will wind up with 2 from down below being the numerator, and 5 will be the denominator. So your final answer is 2 2/5 pounds of food. Moving on, clear this old stuff out. Explain how to solve 8 times 3/4. All right, explain that in words, and when you come back, I'll explain it to you. Okay, I guess you're back. To solve 8 times 3/4, you have to give 8 its denominator. So every whole number is over top of a 1. And then you're going to multiply that by 3/4. And when we multiply across, I can tell already it's about to be improper. 8 times 3 is 24. And then 1 times 4 is going to be 4. And again, improper fractions don't mean much to the average person. They just look at it and they go, okay, what is that supposed to be? So if you are good with your division facts, you might recognize what this will turn into right away. If you don't, that's okay. Take the numerator, as always, put it in the division box, and the denominator goes on the outside. And can you get any 4s out of 2? No. So now we upgrade to the number 24. Can you get any 4s out of 24? Yes, you can. You'll get 6 out of there. And 6 times 4 is exactly 24, which is the best news we've had all day. No remainder. No more carrying or anything else to do. Our answer is going to be 6. Now, in order to explain how to do it, you're probably going to want to mention that, there it goes again. You're going to want to mention that the whole number 8 needed to have a denominator, which was 1. You would probably also want to explain this spot right here, and that 24 over 4 needs to be changed into a mixed number or a whole number. And then you could show the steps over here and explain that this is how you arrived at your answer. And that should be a pretty good, solid answer from you if that's what you do. If you do all those things, you've done very well. So let me try and get all of these things deleted. There's 2 of them. Nothing's working. Yay. Okay, go away, and go away. All right, number 8. Mr. Smith is buying 1 3/4 pounds of turkey and 3/4 as much cheese as turkey. Which statement is true? This is kind of a tricky one in terms of language, okay? Mr. Smith is buying 1 3/4 pounds of turkey and 3/4 as much cheese as turkey. So go ahead, give this some thought, and then I'll be back when you come back. All right, you're back. Great. In this problem, Mr. Smith is getting way over a pound of turkey, and then he's going to get 3/4 as much cheese as he got turkey. If you're going to get 3/4 as much of something, are you getting more or less than what I have over here? The answer is you are getting less. So the answer is she is buying not the same amount, not less turkey, twice as much turkey, or she's buying more turkey than cheese. The answer is more turkey than cheese. Moving on to number 9. Jeff worked on his writing piece for 6 1/3 hours. Gabe worked on his writing piece for 2 1/4 times as long as Jeff. Which statement is true? Give it some thought. I'll be back when you come back. Okie dokie, welcome back. Here we go. Jeff worked a very long time on this, 6 1/3 hours. Nice job, Jeff. Way to go. Gabe worked on his writing piece for 2 1/4 times as long as Jeff. If you multiply anything times just the whole number 2, will you get a bigger number or a smaller number? Well, generally chances are you'll get a bigger number. So in this case, let's look at our choices and we'll see what makes sense. Gabe spent more time on his writing piece than Jeff did. I have a feeling this is the right one, but it's always smart to check all of the choices before you circle or select one. Jeff worked on his writing piece longer than Gabe. I know Jeff didn't because Gabe did it 2 1/4 times longer. Gabe worked on his writing piece twice as long as Jeff worked on his. That is almost true, but that 1/4 right there means that he did just a little bit more than Jeff did. And then the last one, they both worked on their writing pieces the same amount of time. Well, clearly if you work 2 1/4 times longer than someone else, it's not going to be a tie. So choice number 1 was the best choice. All right, last one on this sheet. Alice and Joy shared a pizza. Alice ate 4/5 of 5/12 of the pizza. That seems like a strange thing to do, but that's what she did. Joy ate half of 2/3 of the pizza. Again, what's wrong with these girls? They both said that they ate the same amount of pizza. Do you agree? Support your answer. Now, there are multiple ways to go about this, but I'll wait for you when you come back. Okay, you're back. The word of is showing up in this problem as well. And if you remember anything, I'd like you to remember that in general, not all the time, but in general, when you see of in a problem like this, it means to multiply. Now, you will take 4/5 times 5/12. And then you'll also over here, oh, this one, it should probably be labeled, so this is Alice. I'll put an A on it so I know who it is. And then this is Joy over here, just to help me keep track of my information. So Joy ate half of 2/3. All right, let's find out. Now, you could multiply straight across, and you will get 4 times 5 would be 20. You'd get 20 over 60. And you could multiply straight across, and you'd get 2 over 6. If you simplify that, you'd find out that they actually ate the same amount. So we should agree with them. They did eat the same amount. Now, I'm going to give you a little handy shortcut here. Use it if you like it. But you can simplify ahead of time when you multiply fractions. So what I noticed here is diagonally across, there's a 5 and a 5. If I were to take, let's see, 5 and 5, and I had to like reduce them, I could reduce them both by 5, or divide by 5, which would turn each of them into a 1. And for a lot of people, hey, that's good enough. We'd be happy and we'd multiply across, and you'd get 4/12. And then you realize, oh, wait, they're both even. I need to simplify. You could also simplify the other diagonal here, 4 and 12. You can take 4 out of each one. So if I did that ahead of time, I would, okay, gotta love it. I would get that divided by 4 and that divided by 4. This would become a 1. So 1 over 1 is basically just the number 1. And then 12 divided by 4 would have been 3. So I multiply across, and I will get 1/3 for Alice's share of the whole pizza that she ate. She ate 4/5 of 5/12. What was her name? Joy. I have another opportunity here to do some cross-reducing ahead of time. So we've got a 2 across from a 2 diagonally, and what I can do is I could divide them both by 2, and they'll both turn into 1s then. And this is simple. I got 1 times 1, which is going to be 1, obviously. And then I got 1 times 3, which will be 3. So they both had 1/3, as you can see here, which is proof that it was equal. To support your answer, you could show your work and then explain it. It's always smart to label your work. So I might write Joy, and I might write Alice here, and then show that this was the share that Alice ate, and this was the share of the whole pizza that Joy ate, and that way you'll get a really good answer and all the credit you need for it. So, and the interesting thing is there's more than one way to do this problem, but I'm just showing you one way that you could have done it. There's more than one way to do things very often in math. So I hope you got this right, and we still have 1 page to go. I'll see you for that page in a minute. Good luck.